You might have thought you're a true coder, but if you don't know how to use terminal, no, you're not, okay? Terminal is the definition of what makes you a true coder. Terminal is the most powerful weapon in the whole universe of code. I'm literally not even kidding. Hello everybody, I'm Carr, and today we are going to teach you how to wield this epic weapon of mass destruction, the terminal. Now the reason why the terminal is so cool is because it lets you run literally everything. First off, you could edit your files really quick, you could run Git stuff, you could run Python stuff. A lot of programs that run through terminal. And literally all your compiler stuff, they do stuff through terminal. They just call terminal commands for you in order to compile your program. So if you don't know how terminal works, then you are in for a treat, because now you're going to make yourself extremely powerful. Literally more powerful than Thanos, okay? So basically the strat for today is I'm going to show you guys the commands that I use first, and then I'll show you a couple of other commands that I don't use that much but exist. So today we're going to focus more on like file stuff, because there are a ton of things you could do on terminal, but the most important, most fundamental thing you gotta know how to do is navigate your file system so that you could make files, you could use the files, and then we'll get into running them later. So now we just gotta focus on the files. So basically what you gotta notice about terminal is that at any point in time you're in a certain folder. Like right now I'm in document/test-project/terminal. And you know, like if you looked in your file explorer or finder or whatever, you know that you have to go through a certain number of folders in order to get somewhere. This tilde right here represents your home directory, which is predefined as like basically where your like root user is, and your root user is just the first user on that account, and then this is like whatever's following that. And this right here is basically the folders you have to go through after that. But this tilde is annoying. Let's figure out exactly where we are. And the way we do that is present working directory, PWD. And that tells us our entire location. So you can see the tilde just represents this part, and that's called our home directory, and you could change that. You can search up how to change it. I've never had to do that in my life, but if you need to change it for some reason, you could do it. Okay, so we know where we are, right? But now we actually have to navigate to other places. There's no point just staying in one place. That's so lame. Why would we want to stay in the same place? But to go to other places, we had to know where we could go. Right now, we only see where we came from, but where could we go from here? Basically, what we had to do to see that is we type ls. And no, that doesn't stand for luxury sedan, that stands for a list, basically. I don't know how they thought of list, but anyways, you type ls, and with Blammo, you got all these different things. You can see the blue things are directories, they're folders, and then you can see checkmeout.txt, don't worry, we'll check them out, and then grepper.txt. If you want more information on what these are, we can do ls-l. Very cool. Honestly, this stuff is not that useful, but if you want to see where it's edited, sure. However, there's one file that I decided to hide from you because I'm a troll, but basically all you gotta do is you gotta type ls-l, and the L means long because it adds a bunch of extra nonsense, and then you type A because that is your all. So it's gonna list long and all. Basically, these things over here are called tags, and basically you could add them to commands to edit how they work. So you put dash and then you put whatever commands you want after that. And you could see we found the hidden file.txt. Wow, yo! And hidden files are basically symbolized by this dot in front. So now that we know exactly where we are, we know where we came from, we know where we could go, we actually had to go somewhere. So basically the way we do that is we're in a certain directory right now, right? But we want to move to a different directory. So we type cd, change directory. And then you type the name of the directory you want to go to. So if you wanted to go to your mom or something, we just type that, bam, and we are in your mom. Okay, that's getting kind of weird. Anyway, we're in here. We've tried it, ls, this boy. What the heck? There's nothing in here. What a lame mom. Okay. I just stopped. Anyway, there's basically nothing in here, so we had to get out of here. Well, what the heck? How do we get out of here? We can't like do cd terminal. That doesn't work. Well, technically, you could be a cool kid. You could like take this entire thing, you could like copy it, and then you could like paste it. Oops, and then put a CD in front of that. And hooray, we're back in terminal. But no, that's not the right way to do that. That's so lame. No one wants to copy and paste stuff. Literally, if you want to go up one in your folder, you literally just do cd dot dot. And if you wanted to go up twice, you do slash dot dot. And hooray, see, we went from your mom to terminal and then back up to test project. But now we're 2 folders up. How do we get back to your mom without having to do cd terminal, then cd your mom? That's so lame. Why would we have to do it in 2 steps when we could do it in 1? Well, basically, we could do cd. If we want to go relative to test projects, we could basically do, without a forward slash, we could do terminal slash your mom. And basically, it assumes that you put this in, then it puts a slash, and then it puts this in. So we see, and hooray, we're back at test project slash terminal slash your mom. Okay, so let's go back out with cd dot dot. what other epic stuff can we do? So we got these directories. Why don't we want to go to this directory? There's so much to type. What the heck? That'll take forever to type. Well, basically what you can do is you go to CD and you start typing it because you're cool. And then if you want to autocomplete, you basically click tab. Dude, I didn't even type a single character. Well, I did, but like, you don't even have to type that many characters and blammo, you already got it. And then you click enter and you're in. Then we cd dot. Okay, now we gotta talk about viewing files. So right now we can only see what they're called, and check me out seems to be wanting to be checked out, so why don't we check that guy out? If we want to check it out, all we gotta do is we gotta do cat check me out. And hooray, it printed what it says. You won't regret checking me out. Look at this beautiful black space. Look at this beautiful black space. It's beautiful. You gotta admit. If you wanted to open this file in like a separate thing, a text editor that you're more familiar with, you could do open, check me out. Let's autocomplete that. Bro, I keep messing up with Mac and Windows, god dang it. If you want to do it in Windows, you do start checkmeout.txt. And with Lambo, we got it open in Notepad, very cool. And unfortunately, there's no beautiful black space anymore. This is so sad. But like, you know, if it's not black space, we gotta change it to white. So how do we edit it? We could do that with Vim. So basically, we do Vim and then checkmeout.txt. And with Lambo, we are in Vim. I will talk about how to use Vim to edit stuff later because it's kind of complicated. But basically, you can move around with the arrow keys and then like, and you can move around with H, J, K, and L. And there's something called Vim Tutor. So you just type Vim Tutor into your terminal if you want to learn that. But I will come out with a Vim tutorial later. And we basically click I backspace this and change it to white. Very cool. And now if we do open check me out, what I basically did is I used up arrow and that just goes to your previous commands. And then you click enter. Whoops, I missed. God dang it. No. Bro, we had to go to start. So we go open, no, Vim, no, start. Epic. Very cool. Look at this beautiful white space. Let us go. And what happened if we wanted to create our own text file? We could do touch new text file. Because, you know, like, you're just that kind of guy who when you touch things, you make something cool. Like, right? That's how it works? I don't know why they call it touch. Like, why does touching create something? But anyway, that's how you create something. New text.txt. And then if we want to edit it, we do vim, new text.txt. What do we say? I'm cool. That's all I gotta say. Also, another thing just to keep in mind, I don't know why the heck touch exists, because you could literally do vim, and let's say new file 1, or new file, let's say new file.txt, it creates the file for you and automatically puts you in Vim. So I don't see the point of touch. I guess if you don't know how to use Vim, then I guess touch is useful. Because then you could just do touch, another new file, another one, and then you could start it. Very cool. And then you can edit it here, blah, 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 save it, close it, and we can cat it again, another one. Let's go. Now sometimes you're denied access to certain files so you can't open it. That's because like only the administrator has access to certain files. And if you want to run yourself as an administrator, if you know the password to the root user's account, then what you could do is you just type sudo and then you do whatever your command is. Let's do vim another one.txt. And then just before you get into anything else, if you want to clear your terminal, all you got to do is type clear and it's gone. Very cool. So I did a bit of research and literally there's no way to do this on Windows basically. So basically the message here is don't use a Windows computer. God dang, Windows is so annoying. Anyways, if you're a Mac user or a Linux user, you can use sudo and it runs perfectly fine. If you ever get a permission denied thing, use sudo. Basically all it does is give you administrative privileges I can speak. Okay, so why don't we ls this again, and what else could we do? We could make another directory. Well, how about that? And thankfully, terminal has very nice names. So make directory mkdir, very cool. And what should we call it? Test suite number 1. And we ls, and there we go. There it boy is. Okay, so what happens if we wanted to move all of the files in this folder back into this new test suite? Because we want to make multiple test suites. So why don't we move everything in here into this test suite? What we could do is move mv. And basically, if we want to access everything in this folder, we basically could do star, which means everything, and then we could put the folder we want to move it to, test suite number 1. And we basically get this error message which says that you can't move it into itself, which of course doesn't make any sense. So, but it moved everything else into it, so if we ls again, we only got test suite 1, we cd into test suite 1, ls again, and everything's moved in there. Alright, let's get out of here. So let's make another test suite and copy everything from the test suite 1 into test suite 2. So we can make a directory, test suite 2, and then what we could do is we could use the copy function, cp for copy, and then we take from where we want to copy it from to where we want to copy it to. Makes sense, right? From and then to. So we want to do everything inside test suite 1. So we go to test suite number and then 1. And then we want to do everything in it. So we do slash and then star. And then we put where we want to copy it to, which is test suite number 2. And we click enter. And you get this error right here. Basically what it's saying is that you can't copy directories within another directory unless you do something very special. So why don't we delete this failure of a folder because it only copies some of the stuff. Let's look inside. If we want to look inside without cding into it, we go to this ls test suite number 2 and see it only copies the text files and that's lame. So let us remove. So we can't remove this directory because it's a directory. We have to use something rm-r. And basically what the -r means is recursively remove stuff. And recursive is like directories, right? You go into one directory, you delete everything there, then you go into the other subdirectory, you delete everything there. That's why it's recursive. And then all you gotta do is rm-r test suite number 2. Okay, we deleted it. ls is gone. Let's make it again. And this time, to copy all the directories successfully, we gotta do cp-r test suite 1 / star and then test suite 2 number 2. Okay, and if we cd into test suite number 2, ls that boy, we got everything. Very cool. And then the last thing you gotta know is Control C is your go-to. If anything's going wrong, if you have like a program that's running and you can't stop it, just do Control C and you're Gucci. If you also like type out a complete random command and you're like, God dang it, I want to change this, we gotta backspace this whole thing. No, all you gotta do is Control C and then it goes to the new line. Alright, that's basically all the important commands that I use on a daily basis. The other ones I'm going to talk about are not that common, but a really good way to practice these commands is to just make a directory. So I'm going to post my directory online, and then what you guys could do is you could take the directory and try to create it using only mkdirs, only vims, only touches, and that's it. Just use only the stuff that you saw in this video. And you'll actually find that it's easier to do that than actually like making files new in text edit, then saving it somewhere else, then making a new file and saving it somewhere else and copying folders and everything. It's way faster in terminal. You should time yourself doing either way. Alright, let's clear this boy and let us talk about the cooler command. One useful thing you could do in terminal is you could figure out what a function does. So let's say you remember that ls is a thing, but you forgot what it does. All you gotta do is ls -- help, and you got all this stuff right here. CRL over here, use long listing format, and we find the A, all. Do not ignore entries starting with the dot. Very cool. So another cool command you could use is echo, and it basically prints out whatever happens on the right. If you don't use echo, then instead of printing it, it runs it as a command, which you don't want. Because let's say we're trying to do 1 + 2. Then we could do $, and then this syntax, this is basically bash syntax, and we click enter and it says 3. It's not a command. But if we wanted to print it out, echo $112, that's not a dollar, $1 + 2, we get 3. Very cool. And then let us look in here, we have ls, we'll go into our test suite number 1, and basically we have a grepper.txt, let's cat that boy. Very cool. So clearly, Carrara is very OP, but we got a flag in here, and it's quite obvious, but like, what if this file was like a million lines long and you couldn't see it that easily? Or maybe it was a bunch of random characters and then this was put in there. You probably saw it in my CTF video, but what you could do in order to find it is grep flag and then the file name that you want to look in, grepper.txt, and you get flag yo mama. And then the last thing that I've used in terminal basically is file, and if you want to find files that start with C, you just do C*, and these are all the files that start with C. The star basically means fill in whatever the heck you want after that. Okay, that's it. That is actually it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. The end part was basically a bunch of stuff that I don't use that often. The first part was everything I use very commonly. So make sure you know that. Try out my practice strategy, try replicating what I made before, and then you should be Gucci. Alright, thank you guys for watching so much. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching again, and see you guys next time.